Hi there, everybody. Welcome to Trailblazer Baseball and Softball. I'm Rod Zundel. We'll talk baseball in just a minute, but first let's talk about Trailblazer Softball with head coach Randy Simpkins and junior catcher from Fallbrook, California, Bailey Howley. Welcome.
Thanks, Rod.
All right, you're coming off a three-game series in Cedar City against Southern Utah. Now you get ready for your final homestand of the season. California Baptist coming in town with a doubleheader on Friday, then Saturday at noon. And as we wind down the season, Coach, there's really not a lot of room for error right now.
Yeah, no, we need to play well, and we've done that against CBU the last couple of years. We swept them here 2 years ago, beat them 2 out of 3 last year when they were second in the conference. So we've had some success. They're a good team, a lot of new players, but they're going to be a good challenge for us.
And they're right above you in the standings, so this is a crucial homestand in your final one of the year.
Yeah, and it's senior weekend, so kids play with a little bit more intensity, emotion, sense of urgency for sure.
Yeah, and Bailey, you're a junior, so you got another year to experience the senior. But talk about the emotion of the seniors playing their final homestand this week.
It has been a really big impact. Carly and Ellie and Marissa, I played with Marissa on the Philippines team, so it means a lot to play with them one last time. Even with Ellie and Carly, they've put a lot of heart into this program too.
Yeah, a little sense of maybe motivation, I guess, to say, you know what, let's give them something to go out on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot more to go out on. Just one more time to be on our home field and to play one last time.
And going back to what he's talking about against California Baptist this weekend, right above you in the standings, and you've got to string some wins together to get into the WAC tournament and get a good spot in the WAC tournament. So just talk about the urgency of this team right now.
Right now, we just need to pick it up and just have competing and have the will to win. He talks about it at every practice, have the will and not just the want. We will do it and we can do it every single day.
In Cedar City against the T-Birds last week, you got out to large leads and then you weren't able to hang on. So just talk about that mentality, and you play well and then all of a sudden, boom, something doesn't happen and then maybe you don't get back on track.
Yeah, we just need to keep letting the hits coming through, not putting a 0 on the board for us. We need to keep at least putting a run on the board and just pushing that envelope that we can do it and not just showing oh, we can't do it. We can push that and be able to compete with everyone that we play with.
And Coach, knowing what she just talked about, that you played well and got the leads, you can do it. As a coach, you're trying to re-emphasize, hey, listen, you can do it.
Yeah, no, we put ourselves in a great position to win all 3 games. We just didn't close out at bats. Pitchers, we got to 2 strikes well, didn't finish people. Fielders, had a couple of plays that we needed to make, we didn't make. And then at bats, we put up big runs in big innings and then we'd have a 0. So we've got to be able to finish at bats positively for us, pitching, defense, and hitting.
And so knowing that as players on this team, saying, okay, we did some really good things, now we just got to finish it off. Is that kind of the mentality that you guys are taking?
Yeah, we just need to push through and keep competing against that pitching, because most of the pitching that we saw, we can be able to hit a changeup, we can hit the curveball. It was just a very competitive back and forth.
Yeah. Okay, so you're from Fallbrook, where's Fallbrook, California?
Just a little, maybe 20 minutes from Temecula, 50 minutes away from San Diego. So still in San Diego County.
Nice weather.
Nice weather, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us a little bit about growing up there and your family and where you fit in and all that kind of good stuff.
So I was born and raised in Fallbrook, California. So I was there ever since I was born. I have 4 younger siblings now. They live in Vegas, so big sister, so always looking up to me now. But most of the hometown I came from was very idolized to me because I went to big places and played Division I. So they always look at me. I have 2 rings from high school from basketball and softball, so I have a very big view. But it's awesome. It's a big avocado town. So last Sunday we had an avocado festival, which is very known for a lot of people to come travel down and see everything. So it's really nice.
Did you get any avocado watches?
I didn't, but it sounds good. It sounds amazing.
With your sisters in Vegas, short trip to come watch you all the time.
Yeah, they love to come watch me. When we played at UNLV, they came and they were like, oh my gosh, can you sign my shirt? Because they have all their shirts and stuff. They love it.
So little sis felt pretty big, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so you're batting .333. That's 3rd on the team. But go back to your grandma. She gave you some advice that you live by. Talk about that.
So I have a little saying on my glove. It says, don't suck. So ever since I started playing when I was about 7 years old. Don't suck, yeah. Okay. So she always told me, I went up to her to every game and she told me, she's like, don't suck. Because she passed away not that long ago after I started playing. So it has always stuck to me. And even before games, she was like, always look for a butterfly or two because I'm always watching you.
You can't get more simple than that, can you?
No. We're really blessed to have her. She played her first year at University of North Dakota in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Yeah. So when we were recruiting her, she said something about, Coach, it was negative 40, there. And I says, Bailey, if it gets to 40 here, we have a problem. So, we got her back a little closer to the weather that she's used to from Fallbrook.
Getting closer to home and also better weather, that's a good reason why you came here?
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Definitely.
thing. Okay, so coming up this afternoon, you got a little special event going on out at the ballpark.
We do. We have a community engagement event with Carefree Homes. Eddie and Steph Portillo, they're great supporters of our athletic department. They're great supporters of our program. So they're going to bring their employees down to the field, and we're going to have a game with them.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a great opportunity for us to connect with the community because they've been big time supporters of our athletic department.
Okay, well, have fun this afternoon. It's
going to be a great time.
And then this weekend, your final homestand, enjoy it, and send the seniors off the right way, right?
A great idea, Rod.
Bailey Halley, Randy Simpkins, thank you. Time to talk baseball when we come back.
If you haven't seen Utah Tech University lately, chances are you haven't seen it at all. With hands-on polytechnic learning across 300 academic programs, 30 new and renovated state-of-the-art facilities, the most affordable university tuition in the state, and 300 days of sunshine. Why look anywhere else? Discover why Utah Tech was recently named one of Education Magazine's 10 prominent universities and colleges to watch. Join us and experience the active learning, active life difference at Utah Tech.
Time now to talk Trailblazer baseball with head coach Chris Pfatenhauer and sophomore third baseman and relief pitcher Ryan Krapel from Poway, California, transfer out of Arizona State. All right, guys, you're coming off a 3-game set at Abilene Christian last weekend. Now you're getting ready for Grand Canyon here at home this weekend on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday because you're taking Easter Sunday off. And Grand Canyon, they're pretty good. They're second place. They kind of got blasted by Utah Valley. They put up a lot of runs just like the Wolverines did against you guys last weekend.
Yeah, Utah Valley is very offensive. We knew that going in, and they proved it. And they had a great weekend at Grand Canyon, but we're excited to host the Lopes and get them in here last year in the league, too, for them. So.
Yeah, that's true. And we talked to Coach Simpkins about his softball. Not a lot of room for error here. You got to string some wins together and not a lot of time to do it.
Yeah, I think we got 5 or 6 weekends left, and we do have more home games left than road games, so that benefits us. But we've played really good baseball. We just got to find a way to finish here down the stretch.
Yeah. Ryan, you started all 35 games, 3.33 average, third best on the team, 4 home runs. That's third best on the team. You're second in the hits. And then on the mound, you have 4 saves. You're 2-1. ERA 2.3. So just talk about what he mentioned here briefly is not a lot of room to dilly-dally here. You got to put some wins together. You guys know that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We know that. And, Coach Pfatenhauer, he mentioned the other day at practice, half of our wins have been by 1 run. And that shows you that we are a good ball club and we can do the right things. It's just the little things we need to execute. And that could be like a sacrifice bunt or making the routine play, executing the right pitch. And this week in practice, I feel like we've really hunkered down on that. And I think that'll play out well against GCU.
Yeah, and you had a lot of 1-run wins and all that, but you also had a lot of close losses, including a walk-off last week at Abilene Christian. So what's the mentality? Are you guys thinking, okay, you know what? We're right there. We just got to finish it off.
Yeah, absolutely. The confidence is key in baseball. I mean, it's a mental challenge, It's a failing sport. Like, if you're succeeding 3 out of 10 times, you're a solid ball player.
Yeah.
And I think we just need to realize how hard we've worked in the fall and in the spring and kind of just trust it. And going into GCU, we'll all have the right confidence and mindset and execute.
And as a coach, are you reminding them, saying, hey, guys, we're right there. We're not far off.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot. I mean, there's been very few – I've had very few tirades this year, Rod, because we've played well. We really have. We haven't played terrible baseball. We've been a little light in the bullpen at times, and we haven't played defense in the right moments at times. But, yeah, I mean, 9 losses by 1 run is paramount. Some extra inning ones in there. We've won a lot of close games too, so we're putting ourselves in a great position. We just have to produce when it's on the line late.
And speaking of putting yourself in great position, you got out to a good-sized lead against Abilene Christian and just couldn't hang on.
Yeah.
And that's happened a couple of times. You have 4 or 5 innings where it's right there, and then just kind of like,
Yeah. We just got to find a way to finish.
Yeah.
You know, we've gone through in my time here. We've had a lot of success, and we've been really good. And in those D2 years, we knew how to win, and we're just trying to reteach that and relearn how to do that.
Yeah. And Ryan, with California Baptist coming, or Grand Canyon coming into town, they're second place right there, and this could be a starting point for you guys to string something good together the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Absolutely. This would be a perfect time to turn around the season, especially against Grand Canyon. I mean, they're coming off a rough series against Utah Valley, so now would be a good time to really strike and turn this thing around.
Okay, you're from Poway, California.
Yes,
Where
sir.
is Poway? I'd never heard of it until I saw Ryan Krapel from Poway. I didn't pronounce it correctly. I said Poway to begin with.
Yeah, so Poway, California, it's a small town in San Diego. It's about 30 minutes inland. But I've born and raised there. My dad actually grew up there. Yeah.
San Diego area, that's a pretty nice place to live in with the, average temperature around 82 degrees year round. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, you kind of get spoiled, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's not bad playing here.
No.
Yeah. All right, so tell us about your family growing up, where
I
everybody sits.
have 2 siblings, both younger than me. Actually, my brother, he's planning on coming here next year.
Yeah.
He'll study business, and I have a younger sister. She's a sophomore. She plays volleyball. And I surf a lot in San Diego. I mean, I feel like that's kind of a given.
Are you gnarly, dude?
Yeah, it's super gnarly, bro.
Do you still say that? I know you say
Yeah.
that. in the
Oh, yeah.
70s.
I mean, you
so
mean
what's some other slang that you do?
geez.
Come on, gnarly, dude.
You got gnarly or hang loose or
So
rad is another big
okay.
one.
Do you still say it, boy? If you shred a wave, do you say that?
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
shred.
so when
Oh,
you
yeah.
shred a wave, what's the thing that your buddies say to you? Say, "Oh, nice dude, way to go, dude."
Way to go, kook. There you go. Yeah, kook's a big one.
The what?
Kook.
Kook?
Kook is a big one. Yep.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, it's more of like a backhanded compliment. It's in a movie. It's called North Shore. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
No. It's if you're not supposed to be on the wave, they call you a kook.
Oh,
So
I gotcha.
you don't want to be a kook.
Okay, all right. Okay, back at it. Okay, I got you. All right, and your dad, he played water polo at BYU.
Yep. He played water polo at BYU. He
That's
actually
a tough sport,
Oh,
man.
yeah. It's not easy. He actually not forced me, but he wanted me to play in high school. So sure enough, I ended up playing all 4 years, and it was super tough.
I guess you should put all your guys through water polo. They'd have some abs like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, so that's tough. All right, so what made your decision to come to Utah Tech? You went to Arizona State and then transferred after last year.
Yeah.
And you started a few games for the Sun Devils too.
Played a couple games last year, but overall the experience, it just wasn't really for me. And after a couple phone calls here, I really liked what they had to say, their philosophies, the coaching ideas, and I really just felt gravitated here, and I'm super fortunate with how it all ended up.
Did you try to get him here before he went to Arizona State? Because I can see, on the diamond why you want him, because not much gets past him at third.
Yeah, no, we didn't really know him. I mean, he was committed to ASU. I think as a
Yeah,
freshman, he was committed a long time ago.
Yeah.
So we never really had a shot at him there. And then actually, Coach Bloomquist at ASU, who's a friend of mine, actually had his, I think, best interest at heart, and wanted him to be a place where he got more opportunities. And we've played ASU a few times, and so Willie called me and we talked. He also brought up the surfing and that he had a little bit of Jeff Spicoli in him for those Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Now I do know Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
But yeah,
dude.
but we had some good conversations on the phone. We knew there was some two-way potential there. He was pitching in summer ball at the time, so we made some phone calls and talked about that. And he was just a really good fit into what we were looking for late. And so
2-1. You got a lot of confidence in the world moving in from third in relief to the mound. Why don't you do that every game?
Well,
he's 2-1, 4 saves.
I know. He's pretty valuable at third base. We got some other guys we like too, but it is tricky when he is a two-way guy to, when do you use him and at what point, because then you burn the DH, and there's some lineup things that you got to look into.
And is that difficult for you, going from third base and 5 minutes later you're on the mound? I'm sure you've done it all through high school and all that, but is that difficult? Do you like that?
Honestly, I love it. Like helping out the team in any way I can is just, I would love nothing more. And being able to do that here is what I was dreaming of. Like
Yeah.
this is just the ideal situation.
Yeah, baseball's version of going both ways, offense and defense, right? So, all right, well, this weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday against Grand Canyon, the second place team in the WAC. It's now or never, right? Might as well start it off right now, guys, huh?
Heck yeah, we'll go
Yeah,
get them.
yeah, we're in
Okay.
a good spot. We like our club and we like where we're at.
All right, dude, hang 10 this week, man.
Yep. Appreciate you.
Don't be a kook.
Hang loose.
All right.
Thanks, Rod.
See y'all later, dudes.